Alzheimer's, covered for his illness, and boy did he cover for it, along with my mom for years who would whisper in his ear. I remember, and I've seen on television other well-known people whispering in the ear of others who may have had Alzheimer's or did have Alzheimer's and covered for the illness. And this was troublesome for me. I did not want my wife to do this for me. The stigma and the effects of stigma are a two-way street. Even though I share with the world of what I'm going through, and people that I'm looking at right now, they share it as I do, that are on the early stage advisory group, and the others that have Alzheimer's that are here. Family and friends are often afraid or awkward to ask me how I'm feeling. I've got Alzheimer's. It's not my knee, it's not my back. They'd ask me about my neck, if I had a neck problem or a disc problem. And you've experienced this. I mean, they'll call you up, hey, how's your head cold? How's your headache or your migraines? My wife, unfortunately, right now is fighting cancer and is going through chemotherapy. That's why she's not here with me. And she gets calls basically every day. And they're asking how she's feeling with her cancer. And they have no hesitation. How's your chemotherapy? How's your cancer? All the stories. And for me, it should be the same with Alzheimer's. I've got Alzheimer's, but they don't ask me, or nor do they feel comfortable. I'm talking about family, friends, relatives. They don't call me up and say, I'm trying to think of one who has done it. I can't recall one who's called me up and said, Sandy, how are you feeling today with your Alzheimer's? Do you remember what you're doing? Can I help you with that? It just doesn't occur. So as I sit with each member of Congress and the Senate, and others do here, obviously, along with many of you, all of you advocates, I will probably ask them to get the true feeling of what it would be like to sit in my chair that's the Alzheimer's chair, not their chair. I mean, in some way I'd like to have them switch chairs with me. Hey, you sit in my chair, let me get in your chair.
All right. Woo!
This is not the time for any legislators, any member of Congress, the Senate, their staff, and this is a quote, and please excuse me, it may not be the exact quote, to turn their heads and pretend that they don't see. This is by Bob Dylan in the song Blowing in the Wind. You know, this senator can't pretend and look the other way and say, well, I don't see Alzheimer's. Well, it's there. You've seen all the figures and stats. It's nothing that, I've got to repeat here. As I've said to many over this past year, it's sort of become not a joke, a little bit of a rhetoric, because it's the way that I've approached my having Alzheimer's, is a proverb that I saw on a coffee mug as I was going through a Whole Foods kind of supermarket. And the mug said, just when the caterpillar thought that the world was over, he became a butterfly. And that really struck me. Obviously, I bought the mug. So, that's a treasure mug. And the person who actually produced this off my script actually found out that I purchased it through someone from the Alzheimer's Association and has been sending me everything else with that proverb on it that they're producing. So you go into my house, you see the butterfly. It's like becoming my symbol. So metaphorically, I see myself as that butterfly. I'm living as a proactive life as I can, as the others with Alzheimer's that are here today are doing, and living their life. And while I'm living this proactive life in the present, there's a book written by Dr. Spencer Johnson called The Precious Present. I think he wrote the chicken soup books, I'm not sure. And he wrote the book, The Precious Present. It's living each moment in the present. And as I live each moment in the present as best I can in this chapter of my life, and as I'm here with you, and as I go to Capitol Hill, and as I embrace each of you with love and care and compassion, I want to share my feelings with you as I have, and with all of those senators and congresspeople and staff people, and speak from my heart. So from my heart to yours, I love you, and I really appreciate this opportunity to stand before you and deliver much.